Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
And I think it's a great thing, and it's going to all be made in the United States, and that's something that I consider productive. You know, when I watch our guys operate those things, it's unbelievable. Missile coming in. These geniuses sit down. Most of them are, you know, they're from MIT, but they sit down, bing, boom, it's gone.
What is he? What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Star Wars,
Jen,
like the 1980s plan from Reagan.
Yeah, that's that'll probably change your vote because this is the new. We're gonna build a wall and Mexico's gonna pay for it. We're gonna build a dome over the entire country. He's gonna put a dome over the entire country.
Oh, it's not just the world; it's just the country.
Oh, no. Yeah, just a dome, right?
Oh, sure.
I'm telling you, any single one of these statements, if it was Biden, they go, "That's it. He's dementia disqualified."
Yeah,
I mean,
well, because the illegals, see, the thing is, they're coming in through space now, and they're dropping down. So we have to build a dome, and then they'll all live on top of the dome.
You know, Bob Seska, our friend, he just did side-by-side pictures, and he said, "Check out how sickly Trump in Iowa today. Amazing how old Sleepy Joe, seen here at the end of his remarks in Pennsylvania today, isn't slumped over the podium or sweating profusely. Who looks healthier and more vigorous to you?" Another thing, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm a cyclist. I see him riding his bike. He just gave a barn burner of a speech this weekend. It's just the narrative that he's old. When you listen to Trump, who clearly has dementia or something, makes me crazy.
Well, I don't want to wish ill on anyone. I just need it to accelerate, maybe, just to save the country.
Yeah.
Just to get, we just need to get to like really pooping in pants a lot.
Oh, Chris, speaking of pants, we have 10, and then I'll stop torturing you.
Okay, here we go.
First they say, "Sir, how do you do it? How do you wake up in the morning and put on your pants?" And I say, "Well, I don't think about it too much. I don't want to think about it, because if I think about it too much, maybe I won't want to do it. But I love it because we're going to do something for this country that's never been done before."
Okay.
Because pants. What?
I love this because now I'm realizing he's trying to say, they're asking, like, how do you even get out of bed in the morning?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I literally thought he was saying they were asking him, how do you put pants on? And he was going to brag the way he did about camera, woman, man, you know. I still know how to put them on.
I aced it.
I put them over my arms. But wait. Okay.
All right. So you asked because I don't know why you need a statement from the office of the bassinet of the 45th president. Yay! Okay. No. I will be attending the federal appeals court arguments on presidential immunity in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. Of course, I was entitled as President of the United States and Commander-in-Chief to immunity. I wasn't campaigning. The election was long over, and I was looking for voter fraud and finding it, which is my obligation to do so. And otherwise running our country. He said running twice. If I didn't get immunity, then crooked Joe Biden doesn't get immunity. With the border invasion in Afghanistan surrender alone, not to mention millions of dollars that went into his pockets with money for foreign countries, Joe would be ripe for indictment by weaponizing the DOJ against his political opponent, me. Joe has opened a giant Pandora's box. Page 2. As president, I was protecting our country and doing a great job of doing so. Just look around at the complete mess that crooked Joe Biden has caused. The least I am entitled to is presidential immunity on fake Biden indictments. Okay. All right.
I mean,
those would be this morning's statements.
Right.
Jen Kirkman.
I don't even understand them enough to make fun of them. I'm like, I think I'm finally broken. Finally broken.
Oh, yeah. He is going to break our brains. He really is.
Yeah.
We have to stay strong. All right, Chris, you are getting another chance in 2024 on a Guess the Quote.
Okay.
And we already covered this.
Okay.
So who said we know who Trump is? The question is who we are. Who said that?
Lippy the Lion and Hardy Har Har.
No, the President Biden.
Oh.
You just did that in the other segment, Chris.
No, I said Deputy Dog in the other segment.
No, I'm saying we just gave you who said this.
Oh, I'm bad at this.
Okay, one last one. Who said, I don't think there's anybody in America that could reasonably look at the situation and say that a justice who is married to somebody who is a key participant in these events shouldn't recuse himself? Who said that?
Hong Kong Phooey.
No, that would be Jamie Raskin of Clarence Thomas. I mean, this is where you feel a little bit powerless, Jen, is like, the fate of our democracy is in the hands of this corrupt, in many places, Supreme Court, right?
And I remember on an episode before Christmas, you were saying, or someone was saying that, but if they go along with everything Trump says, they could kind of put themselves out of business if he, just says, I disbanded the court. But they will do that because everyone thinks they're the ones he's not going to turn on, but they also might want exactly what he wants anyway. Like, that doesn't give me any comfort.
Right. And I hate to say it, like I keep saying, Jen, it's not just him. It's this whole party. Where was the story, Jody? Where am I looking here? That, what do you call it? Steve Scalise voted to end federal funding of stem cell research in 2020. He is currently receiving stem cell research for cancer. Right. He is receiving stem cell treatments. They're all giant hypocrites. A black lesbian saved his life after being shot, and he voted against her right to marry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't care.
No, they don't.
Because their life is more important than hers. So, of course, she saves his life. And who cares about hers?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Jody just booked Harry Dunn. That's very exciting. Speaking of January 6th. Ooh, I just saw that pop up. Thank you, Jody.
You're welcome. Thank Allison Gill.
Oh, hi, Allison Gill. Thank you. Oh, here's a good news on the justice front. Kim, speaking of gay marriage, Kim Davis, the clerk of Constant Drama.
That's right.
She's been ordered to pay the gay couple that she refused a marriage license to even more. Wait, hang on, hold please.
It was a big amount of money.
$60,000.
Yeah, she must pay $260,000 in legal fees to the same-sex couple. She denied a marriage license in addition to the $100,000 award she was ordered to pay last September. I love this. Davis is a conservative Christian who's been married 4 times.
Yep.
She was pregnant by her third husband while still married to her first. She was
that's classy.
Represented by...
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the second husband in between them?
Yeah, that's, remains to be seen, Chris. That is a pertinent question.
That was the first thing that popped into mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's delve into that. I mean, Jen, you're obviously a writer for a very popular show. I'll never forget when Travis suggested I watch Handmaid's Tale, and I was like, for fun?
No, I don't watch things like that for fun because, it's not fun.
And now it's real. And this headline this morning, Texas can ban emergency abortions despite federal guidance, court rules. The U.S. government cannot enforce federal guidelines in Texas requiring an emergency room doctors to perform abortion if it's necessary to stabilize emergency room patients, a federal court ruled on Tuesday. Are you getting dizzy trying to keep up with when they say states' rights matter and when they don't? I mean...
Exactly. I was just going to say, isn't this... First of all, with things like this, states have too many rights. That's just... I know I'm a hypocrite, but I'm just going to say that. But that is...
You broke Jen.
Her. She's broke.
What's the point of anything? Like, I just feel like the right of a state is still not to take away the rights of people. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe that we can't overrule that somehow. And I know it's a slippery slope, but just like common sense with certain...
Right. We should be adding rights, not taking away rights from people. That should just be America,
But that's part of the reason I'm hopeful, despite everything, Jen, is as a woman, we keep saying this, women are not just going to get over this, over losing bodily autonomy. And it won't be an issue in November. Yes, it will.
We know how much you love it when we say...
It's not just liberal issue. Yeah. Like, as we've seen, moderates, apolitical, and conservatives have all come together on this mostly.
And we know how much you love it when we say, there, little lady, it'll be better.
You're lucky I'm the only one down here.
Oh, I always love that. Tell me to smile.
Yeah. Do you remember how many times we got mansplained? Oh, come on. They're never going to overturn Roe v. Wade. Don't be hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
He's lucky I'm the only one in the room.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. Okay. Hold please.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. By the way, so Ron Perlman, who we love, who did Sexy Liberal LA with us, I just he said, "Thank God Donald Trump is so effing inept." Because as we witness how susceptible so much of the country is to giving themselves over to their anger, their unhappiness, their disappointments, so much so that they would hand their own freedom over to a Hitler, one who trades in hatred, bigotry on fear, who uses scapegoating to make your hatred so real, you would relinquish everything your democracy affords you. Think about that when someone else, less inept, more clever, more charismatic comes along, and think how precious your freedom is and your place in preserving it. I guess that's what just continues to just baffle the mind, right? That anybody could now before this guy. And I guess, as we keep saying, Chris, it's like, I don't know, I guess they hate us more than they love our democracy.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They just love that Trump hates who they hate.
That's all that is. They don't love the democracy. They want a strong leader.
Yeah. A strong man.
And they hate us. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hate motivates. I hate to say it.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
And that's why they gin up the hate on the other side, so that it motivates them to get out to vote. That's the only way they can get people to vote, is to make them hate people.
Yeah. I mean, they've been doing that for years, Chris. If you don't have a job, it's because a brown person took it. If something wrong with your marriage, it's because of gay people. I mean, it's
because
this whole
because there are quotas on marriage that gay people are using up.
Yep.
I mean, how long, Chris, have we been talking about immigration reform? And, was it Troy Nels said the quiet part out loud? We're not going to help Biden.
Yep.
We're not going to give him a win. They just want to go have a photo op and point and laugh at the border. They're not going to do anything about it because they need this issue, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just the thing. They're not even really afraid of illegals in the border. The people they're pandering to are, but these people want chaos.
They do.
I mean, Judd Legum tweeted something that should be getting a lot more attention. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is flying hundreds of migrants out of Texas and dropping them off in the Chicago suburbs in January. Mm-hmm. Some have no coats and are wearing flip-flops. It is a gross violation of human rights. But as we say every day almost, Jen, the cruelty is the point, I guess.
Yeah. They get off on it.
They do.
They don't see it's I mean, I'm sorry to be so verbose, but it is like the Nazis. They don't think certain people are human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
well, that's why we have you on. That's why we have you on, is not to talk. So thank you for apologizing for being verbose. But again, I feel like one of our major battles is the mainstream media, and as we always say, we have to do some Eric Bollerting here on a Monday. Rude Pundit said if the name on here was Biden, it would be blaring news everywhere with congressional investigation and demands to lock everyone involved up. But because it's Trump and we can't keep up with all his crimes, it'll just get thrown on the pile to ignore. Mm-hmm. This $8 million almost that he made while in office. I mean, all the receipts. The Democrats brought all the receipts, and it's like a pebble dropping in right?
Compared to that they tried to overthrow the government, it's like, who has time for that? Like that's so quaint.